when you're trying to process 100 kilos of apples, but you've got 3 friendly, hungry sheep trying to help you process them. Come on, guys. This is farm life.
Come on.
Wait, Bobs.
Aye.
So now we need to pasteurize the apple juice just to kill off any wild yeast or bacteria that it's got. Now, I'm not too concerned about the bacteria, it's more the wild yeast because we are fermenting this. So we need to get it to 75 degrees Celsius, which is here, which is about 168 Fahrenheit. And you want to hold it at that temperature for 20 minutes. So you need to make sure that you sterilize your fermentation pot really well. We use unscented bleach for ours. So we need 25 litres per sachet of yeast, which is about 6.8 gallons. We've also canned some apple juice that's non-alcoholic. So I've just sterilised my jars in boiling water and we're pouring the hot pasteurised juice into the hot jars and then sealing them straight away. And this should keep them for at least 2 years, or up to 2 years, sorry.
Exciting time. We get to pitch the yeast into our freshly pressed apple juice. Now ideally you'd pitch your yeast, you'd make a bain-marie at a certain temperature. I can't remember exactly what it is now, I think about 22 degrees, but depending on your yeast, different temperature, and it reactivates the yeast, sort of brings it back to life from a dormant stage, and it will take off quicker. But tonight we're just going to sprinkle it on top. But before you add the yeast, you want to take your initial gravity. So we want about between 1.050 and 1.060, which will give you about 4 to 5% alcohol. And then you measure it, once the bubbles stop in the airlock, then I'll measure it every day, and when you get two stays at the exact same gravity, then she's ready to rack. But we'll go through that later on. We'll take the gravity. So there we have, yep, 1.050. Sitting right on that line, so that's spot on, exactly what we want. And then it gives you a chance to have a cheeky taste. That's gonna be good. It's got temperature just at 20 degrees. Cider's normally better off on the lower side of the temperature scale, but this yeast we've got is between 20 to 26 degrees, so that should be spot on. It'll be a little bit warmer through the day. And to get the best results, you want to try and keep it at a very constant temperature, so it's not getting really hot and really cold. You'll see later on down the track I've actually got a proper brew fridge with a heat thermostat, so the fridge comes on when it's too warm, or the heat belt comes on when it's too cold, and keeps it at a perfect constant temperature. But just for this one, we're inside the house, should be fine. Then just going to give it a quick stir, just to oxygenate it. Really it's best when you're just pouring it into the barrel, but we poured this in quite warm, so we had to let it sit to come down to room temperature. We'll drop down from the 75 degrees, was it? I always like to get a good spin on the water, and then just sprinkle the yeast fairly evenly, just so it doesn't clump up in any spots. Want to screw the lid on nice and tight to get an airproof seal, so no bugs can get in. And then this is called an airlock. Basically air can come out, or an air trap. Air comes out and bubbles underneath that little piece of plastic inside, but no bugs or other yeasts or wild yeasts in the air can get back into the cider. And that just goes into the rubber bung. Just gently push it in, and then we'll show you in a couple of days when it starts bubbling.